Hi, good morning everyone. So, this is today's topic, why Asian games can't copy their own success overseas and how to fix it. I would start with a quick introduction of our company, where I came from. I represent Imperial Online. The company is the biggest game studio in Bulgaria. Three things are describe our company the best. We are self-sustaining from day one. We're still independent, self-funded, and really flexible. So we are based in Sofia, Bulgaria, and we have currently 165 people working in our company. So, talking about our previous success. So, in 2040, we were the rising stars of Deloitte in Central Europe, because our company was put on the 4th place in Central Europe, achieving a revenue growth of 498%. In 2015, the next year, we were already on 14th place in the general ranking system of Deloitte in Central Europe. So far, we have more than 40 million registered people, and we also have 2 spin-off companies. First spin-off company is our giving back to society. We found a school for developers. It's totally free. It's funded by our company. In the first 5 years. Now the school is totally sustainable, let's say on a break even. We don't want to use the school as a business model. We want to teach as much as possible kids from Bulgaria. It's absolutely free. It has 94% successful rate. That means that 200 people are graduating every year and 94% of them are starting their jobs on the next day in the industry. So we can freely say that our company is responsible for 20% of the working labor in the industry in Bulgaria. Our other spin-off, of course, because we have a free access to the best talents in the country, it's outsourcing company. We founded in 2015, and so far we already have more than 50 close projects, from gaming to enterprise software, through fintech and banking software as well. Our recent game is Kingdoms Online. We launched it on the 2nd of February in the Gulf countries. It's based on our own engine that we produce. So here are the key metrics down there. You can see that it has impressive results already. Average revenue per daily active users is above 62 euros. I want to go directly to the topic. So one last slide presenting why I'm talking to you now, guys. So currently I'm the chief operating officer of the company. I have 70 plus years in the industry, and I travel a lot and do lectures like this. So why I'm talking about Asia? Because I have a chance to be a mentor in game founders. And there I have a chance to work with 15 of the top indies from the region. Also, I have a chance to play more than 150 games recently as a jury member in Shenzhen, the first IMGA Awards in China. Okay, if you already lost, here was the topic, why Asian games can copy their own success. I know it's a bold statement, because already there is games that has huge success in Western world. Here is the simple answer. I just put it for you. Because we're different. You cannot sell one product to everyone. You have to adopt. You have to localize the product. You have to change the look, the feel. You have to change the product to the customer taste. Take a look at McDonald's and all the other global networks that sell products to customers around the globe. We are not different than them. So the good news is that actually going west it's easier than going east. So for you it must be easier to publish your games abroad than for us publish our game here in Southeast Asia or China. There is no government regulations. There is only one store per platform, Apple Store, Google Play, and there is something else. I didn't put it on the slide. If you take a look at the migration and how many Asian people lives in the country, like USA, like Western Europe. It's 100, sometimes 200 times more than the Western European or US Americans living in Asia. So that means that you already send your part of your market there, so they can be your customers even without any single change of the product. They would love it because the products are great, products are good, and you need to do only small things in order to catch our attentions. So, where to start? I advise to start from the cultural differences. Go deeper in the books. The first book that I show, 101 Stories for Foreigners, I bought it at the airplane. I learned so much things from this book on a long flight than for my 2 years talking with friends from China and Malaysia. The second book here is actually something amazing. It's a young artist. His name is Yang Liu. The book, you can find it on Amazon store. It's a graphic representation of the cultural differences. This is the biggest issue. Let's start with it. The concept of fairness. It must be in any single competitive game that you want to launch on West. So there is only one chance to make it pay to win, and it's only if it's endless. Because I'll give you an example to understand me easily. If we are going to compete with you on a run, like 100-meter run, if you are using a bike and I'm barefoot, you will have advantage and it's not fair. I will quit the race. But if we are going on a worldwide tour that we're going to be around the globe, it doesn't matter that you're using a bike and I'm barefoot. Sometimes we are going to use boats and planes, and it's going to take so long that everything can happen. So, talking about concept of fairness, you have to have matching system. You have to match people to play together on the same level. You cannot match someone from level 1 to beat someone from level 100 because he has no chance and he's going to quit your game if you don't have a proper matching system. You gotta have a leagues because people want to feel that they're winners. I don't want to be number 20,000 something in the ranking system. I want to be number in the top 10. Yeah, it might be some kind of wooden league, and people were competing also in the Golden League, Diamond League, and wherever league there exists. But I want to be number 1 in my league. It makes me feel good. You gotta have growth and booster limits. You gotta have attack restrictions. A lot of things that couldn't allow people that pay much to beat the others. So here is an example that is related with the concept of fairness, and we didn't understand why we're doing this until you go deeper and you start thinking about it. So in Asia, while you leave the game, your production just stops. I love this. It's like the real life. You don't go to school, you don't learn anything, you don't go to job, you don't have a paycheck at the end of the day. So in US and Europe, it's exactly the opposite. You are 1 day away and you get 10,000 as a bonus. You're 5 days away, you have 50. You are 10 days away, you have 1 million. Why is that? This is because we want, when people come back in the game, to be able to continue to play. We don't want them to lose the tempo and to drop off the challenge. And we want them to be able to compete to the other guys that are already in the game, spending 10 days, earning resources. So we want to be fair. That's why we give big rewards. But from the other hand, staying at home, not playing the game, earning money, why I should go back to the game? So for us, it's really hard. So you did the right thing, but when you go to Europe, think about it, this kind of problems. So, next topic, again, connected with the concept of fairness. High rollers, big spenders, whales, no matter how you call them, they have a high status here. They have a high status among the other players. They have crowns, they have golden names written in the rankings. They are the VIP. They have all the attention. In Western world, this is bad. You know how bad? It's like being proud of using doping in sports. All the other players are taking fun of you, saying you are a weak player, you just have deep pockets, you are nothing for us. So you gotta be really discreet. You gotta hide those high spenders. Don't show the world how much they spend. Talking about monetization, okay, another bold statement. I think that the games from the Western world are better in monetization. I played 150 games. That means that I finished 150 tutorials, and almost 0 games show me how to use virtual currency. Almost zero games offer me a special offer after I finish the tutorial. So you gotta be more aggressive. The sales on the first week are crucial. They are also crucial for your score in the App Store and Google Store. So the first week is really important in the Western market. And you gotta use promotions to upsell. Once I buy something for 20, don't offer me 20 again. Offer me 50, 100. Try to upsell me, more aggressive. So, other thing, you gotta use irrational thinking. So, what basically is irrational offers? This is the simplest explanation I can get. This is better offer, but on the same price. So what's the purpose of this? The purpose is that I want to bring your focus from left to right. I want you to start looking at the big numbers, not €5, €10 package. I want to look at 200 package. I want your brain to do this, just to forget the first part of the offers and concentrate on the last one. So this is how you give something more on the same price. Even one chest of resources more is enough for your brain to start looking at those 2 offers. And suddenly you just forget about the 5. Even 10 or 20% of the people to buy this, you will have a huge impact on your revenue. So make them think you are stupid. Make them think that you made mistakes. So, next topic. Yeah, I'm too slow. Next topic is simplicity over complexity. I will read this. In the traditional Chinese painting, the reduction of visual tools and elements is the highest level of art. This is another quote from the book of Yang Li, talking about Asian. But I saw that you are not following this. You are doing things like this. You follow? Just click, next, click, next. Hundreds of clicks, hundreds of taps just to see a useless conversation. We're not doing this. Stop doing this. Use a 5-second video, or if you can't have resources to create it, just don't tell this story. People will find the story outside the game. This is the book that if you want to go to West, you gotta make your designers to start knowing it by heart. Because this is a book that all the designers in Western world knew by heart. So all the products that we create actually are based on those principles. Here is something interesting from the book. The third law of usability. It says get rid of half of the words on each page, then get rid of half of what's left. That means reduce the useless text. Yeah, my favorite game, Gumbos and Dungeons. So, classic metagaming. Actually, this game has, when we jury, and when we have to put scores and marks for every game, this wonderful game actually has only 1 star from every jury member, including me, until one guy just tell the story that this game, after a week, turns into the best ever RPG we can play. After a week of grinding. So he shows us the game, and then we change our scores and our marks. But in Western world, the customer will just quit the game and never go back. Don't start with some mini games and then turn them into a huge big RPG. Start with an RPG and then put a mini game inside if you want to attract people and users. You know what is this? I know you know it. Me too. This is something amazing, but for us, it's something that will take centuries to be built. Something that it's impossible to start with. This is the definition of grind. In the dictionary, it says hard, do work. So don't make your players to grind. We don't like this. If you have a game that is based on grinding, at least allows us to buy something and skip all the grinding, because the young generation, they will pay with their time by grinding, but older generation like me, we want to buy with real money. We want to progress with real money. And at the end, I have one final screen. It says we are different. East is action, west is command. This is how your screen must look like. Easy and simple. Not like this, because all of the user interface of all the Asian games look like this. A lot of shortcuts, a lot of buttons. You cannot see the game itself. It must be like this, really clean and simple. Take a look at the presentation, how Apple present their products. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you,
Cvetan.
everyone.